Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Bamberger's Board of Directors. I am a representative of the Oceans 11 Consulting Group, and this morning I will be demonstrating our study on the benefit and impact of extended hours for your establishment. At Oceans 11, we take pride in our commitment to our clients. Our end goal is to provide the greatest value to our clients while minimizing any social and environmental impact they may have. To do this, we fully engage our team into your business and learn from the inside out. Doing this before we make any recommendation greatly enhances our client solutions. At Oceans 11, we believe there is always a perfect hand to be dealt, and when it is, you bet big and take the house. And this morning, I will show you how to play the hand you've been given. Bamberger's is a differentiator among its retailing peers. The firm has strong ties within the communities it serves and has a magnificent lure to the upper middle class consumer. Since 1947, the firm has been a customer service industry leader. And ironically, the firm's attention towards customer service is what has led us here today. Due to customer demand and requests, Bamberger's has been testing whether or not extending its hours into non-traditional times will add to the company's bottom line or just add to the convenience of consumers. So, was Bamberger's department store justified in expanding its Wednesday hours? Did sales increase overall, or did sales only shift across time periods? Does data support maintaining the extended hours despite negatively impacting employee morale? Or does data support extended hours on Wednesday, Saturday, or does data support consistent increase in sales from week to week? These are some of the questions that will need answering to determine whether or not extending company hours will be an overall value to the firm. Before our analysis and interpretation can begin, 6 key assumptions must be made. Data is representative of future sales. Data is normally distributed. Seasonality will not impact sales. Days of the week will have equal variances between. And the alpha risk will be 5%, with a chance of a type 1 error, which would be falsely claiming a significant change in sales, and we chose a 5% alpha because we wanted to minimize the chance of a type 1 error, as we wouldn't want to conclude a change in sales when there wasn't. An increase in sales will be an indication of an increase in customer satisfaction. And now that we have our questions, assumptions, and purpose set, let's take a deeper look at the data. The first step the Bamberger department store took to accommodate client requests was adding 3 hours to its Wednesday store sales. From the data we analyzed, there was a significant increase in Wednesday sales. However, this came at a cost to Saturday sales. If you take a look at the accompanying chart, average sales on Wednesday increased nearly 300,000 from 600 to 900,000, while Saturday decreased from almost 900 to 700,000. This data leads us to believe customers which would have usually shopped on Saturday are now shopping after their working hours on Wednesday, due to convenience of the work week. Next, we analyzed the weekly sales data of pre-additional hours versus post. What we discovered was that average weekly sales increased by more than $155,000. This change, however, was not significant. There could have been external factors affecting the results of the data, or it could have been the result of normal sales fluctuations. And most importantly, we discovered that the increased hours in the work week did not produce a large benefit to the top line as initially thought. Just so the board can visually see the 2 sales strategies clearly, we have laid out a comparison of both the 54 and 57 week plans. As you can see, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday appear to be identical in the amount of sales generation. Wednesday and Saturday are the 2 days which draw attention. As you can see, the 54-hour work week has lower Wednesday sales but superior Saturday sales, while the 57-hour work week has dominant Wednesday sales with weak Saturday sales. Now, if you look at the overlaying green line, you'll see the hourly sales figures. This shows on a relative basis how the 12-hour workday of Wednesday performs against the other 9-hour workdays. Clearly, average sales and average hourly sales are leading to the same conclusion. Wednesday's $265,000 gain in sales, while it is additional revenue, it is not as beneficial as it appears. You have to take into consideration the additional 3 hours needed to gain those excess sales. We determined there were three options in which Bamberger can consider taking. Option 1 would be returning to the average 54-hour work week. This would produce $197 million in annual revenues and a net income of almost $37 million. The benefits would be the increase of employee satisfaction and the elimination of scheduling conflicts. However, this option does not address the customer requests to extend store hours. The second option would be to keep a 57-hour work week based on the 12 weeks of associated data. We are projecting an increased $1.6 million in net income, which amounts to a 4.4% gain. While this does show an increase, it is not significant enough to prove that the additional 3 hours led to the addition of income. As you're well aware, employees have been disgruntled over the addition of the 3 hours. With only minimal gains to the bottom line for the firm, we have to ask the question, are these additional hours of labor worth it? Lastly, option 3 would be the implementation of the strategy on a larger scale. To test a likely scenario, we have constructed a 60-hour work week forecast. Like option 2, we expected an insignificant increase in net income. At this level of operating hours, competition begins to increase as other department stores have replicated Bamberger's strategy. I would expect additional employee resentment resulting in less employee satisfaction as well, and this would indirectly impact consumer satisfaction. As a firm, Bamberger must consider the implications of increasing store hours from 54 to 57. We found there is not significant evidence to show that increased store hours led to an increase in sales. Increasing hours during one day during the week, such as Wednesday, has shown to cannibalize other days of the week, such as Saturday. While some customers prefer the option of longer hours, this comes to a cost of employee satisfaction. Bamberger must also consider the increased competitive environment. And in conclusion, after taking into consideration these implications, we recommend that Bamberger move back to a 54-hour work week. While customers will not have the option to shop on Wednesday evening, there is no evidence that this has benefited Bamberger's top or bottom line. Since there is no significant benefit to sales and employee pushback, it would be an unwise decision to stay open longer than originally. And I'd like to thank you, Bamberger Board of Directors, for your time this morning. If you have any questions, feel free to follow up, and we hope you take our recommendations seriously moving into the 2017. Thank you.